Hello one and all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cat Monarch, and obviously the first thing you do after you finish your run of Dark Souls is to find some other way to inflict suffering upon yourself. In this case, we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. More specifically, continuing with a Masochist run that I've had going in the background for some time. I'm just letting things run while I get myself properly set up and such, which is about now. But yeah, we have started a Master Duel Masochist run a little while back, which I've been doing off stream and just kind of playing through at my own pace. We are in month... sure. I think this is month 3 of it, maybe month 4. If I go to my current win-loss record, I can actually check that for you. Because... okay, where are we at? Total number of standard duels won. 64. And if we... let's see, if I take a look at various things... I'm trying to think about, because you're able to view the rankings someplace. It might be in the duel section. No. That's not it. If you go into standard duel. Cool. Details. Yep, here we go. Now, I've had, what, 64 wins? Rookie 1 and 2, you can, you know, lose and still rank up. Bronze is 1 win to rank up. Silver, I mean, 2 more wins. Gold, I think, is 3 wins. Might be... let's see. It doesn't say exactly, but I'm pretty sure gold is 3 wins. So that's... if we assume that I lost both the rookie matches, that's 5 wins to get out of bronze. That's another 10 to get out of silver, and then it'd be another 15 to get out of gold. But what I've been doing the past times that I've been playing this is I've been getting to tier 1 of gold and 1 match away from victory into plat 5. So I've been getting 14 gold wins. And as for silver, I've been reclimbing silver each month. And so that is, let's see, doing some quick maths, 29 wins from the first month, I believe, if I'm counting right. And then it's been silver and gold another couple of months. Another 24 and another 24, and that puts us over. So maybe I didn't climb to gold on the first one, but I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd month. We are not particularly, you know, high for our win-loss record, as you have noticed. If you are new to a Master Duel Masochist series, this is probably, I don't know, the 67th Masochist series online, but the rules are as follows. You start on a fresh account. This one was, you know, new a little while ago. Actually, can I see when I made this account? That'd be interesting. I don't know. Probably not. But, yeah. You start on a fresh account, and using your 1,000 gems, you go to the shop, you find your master packs, and you buy 1 bundle, 10 master packs. Using those 10, you build a deck. Whatever cards you get, you pretty much just have to play. There are going to be a few that you can keep out, but not many. Every time you win a duel, you get one additional pack. Just one. And you progress through the Master Duel ladder. There are some additional rules, like, let's see, I need to make an actual scripted thing, but if I get into gold, I'm allowed to take the proficiency test. These rules are straight up just copied from the, the Masochist series that Hardleg Joe is doing, because I quite like his rule set. If I manage to pull a royal rare, which I do not have, then I will be able to pull one additional master pack as a little bonus. We get any legacy pack cards that we are able to obtain. And this is what the deck looks like so far. As you can see, I have quite the collection, because you don't dismantle cards in this, just in case they're going to come up handy. There are a few cards in here I can't use. I'm pretty sure I've bookmarked all the ones that I can't. They are ones that come from the structure decks that you get in-game, which means like something like Colossal Fighter, which is a decent card, I don't have access to. Something like MST, which is just back row removal, I don't have access to. I do, for some reason, have access to a Reptilian monster and Secret Barrel. You get some strange pulls, you know. There are a lot of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Not all of them can be good. There are some things that are eventually possibly build-arounds, like maybe if we get all the Earthbound stuff, but there's a lot here that, well, just isn't useful, let's put it that way. As for why our deck looks the way it does, I can run you through a card by card. It's not great, it is a pile of cards. From the top, we have a Marshmallow and some life point gain. We have one of the best flip monsters to exist, another Marshmallow, a level 3 tuner monster so we can go into our 1 synchro monster. It's also a level 3, which means we have access to a grand total of 2 rank 3s. We have something that could eventually become a beat stick, a Gen X monster, which is relevant because we have this thing, which means that any 1 Gen X monster is an additional 1200 points of damage on the field, and that is relevant. It comes up. We have a ninja because it's a fire warrior monster, and because we have 1 ninja trap card. We have Bullblader because it's just something to break, you know, go into the battle phase and take something out. It threatens the board. Candida because it's an 1800, it does burn damage. This is a wind machine, which means that we can use it and the 1 token it spawns to go into exactly Harpy Conductor. Or it's a machine, and if you haven't noticed, we've gotten very lucky, we've got ourselves a Regulus. We've got Ghostbird Bewitchment, which is just actually a pretty decent rare. It just gains attack or multi-attacks. It's a lot of these cards are for attack stats, are just breaking boards by battle phase and not by effects. That said, this is one of the best cards we pulled, and if we go right down toward the bottom, it is somewhere around here. It is one of the first cards that we actually managed to pull in this series. Have a lot of games been carried by it? Yes. Do I like Floodgates? No. Are we playing it anyway? Yes. We have Blast Spider, which is an actual piece of removal. We've got a way to put extra level 4 bodies on the field and give ourselves an attack boost. We have 1 Rorok monster, but 2 copies, which means if we get both copies in hand, we can normal summon 1, special summon the other, and make a rank 4, if we had one worth making. We have a second ninja monster, because you can potentially get out Flame Armor Ninja again, and it's another target for the ninjutsu. We have Striporg, which is an OK tribute summon, some removal. Removal the monster. 1 Omni Negate, 1-time use. Another pseudo Marshmallow with a big body. A decent Time Lord, which my opponents have just also ran into in the battle phase, shuffled their own field away with. we have basically a free summon because we don't really summon from the extra deck, so this is just a Blue Eyes, which is also Book of Moon. And then we have a limited amount of spells. We're heavy on the traps because we need just generic removal and ways to, you know, kind of slow down the opponent's tempo. These spells do not really do that. This is good for us. This slows them down. This sometimes slows them down and stops them. This is for consistency. These two are for clearing. This, I could probably cut this, but it feels like it comes up often enough. And I have another one, but I don't feel like it comes up that often. There's some flaws to this deck. This is the 40th, like, small edit that I've made to the deck. I can't remember what the last one was. But this is where we're at the moment. We have a half-decent pool of cards, and we're keeping an eye out for several things. Between the fact that we're starting to pull, like, duplicates somehow. Don't ask me how we've actually managed to get 4 of a card in Masochist, but we have. But we're starting to manage to get duplicates of cards, and cards which mention, you know, type, attribute, you know, archetype name. So, in due time, we are getting closer to building, not a constructed deck, but a less pile of cards, is a better way of putting it. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's actually get into some duels, because I think that this is the sort of time when I'm going to be comfortable pushing into Platinum and just trying to rank up as far as we can. Hey, we win a die roll. Welcome back to the game. I took a little bit of a break because I reached Gold 1 with 1 duel to win until Platinum well before the end of the month. Not that that matters. There are some decks you're just not going to win against. And there are some duels that just, you know, you might as well not face in their entirety. Or you might as well not finish in the entirety. This might be silver, and this may mean that an opponent, you know, is down here because of skill issue. But sometimes you do see people just rocking up with a full constructed, you know, tiered deck. And doesn't really matter what hand unless I open exactly Inspector board or go first and have some way to protect it. That will probably, you know, be the end of the game most of the time. Now, depending on what the rest of this hand is, this also could just be the end of the game. Volcanic has a bunch of new support, which makes it actually kind of half decent. And Volcanic is sometimes, I was going to say, played alongside Snake Eye, if you want to make Snake Eye worse. But it seems like they are playing it with Horus, which is a lot scarier, because I don't think I can beat Horus. If I draw a Time Lord, I'm in a decent position. But that's about it. And even then, it's not the best of positions. They might just have game. Wait, no, what am I talking about? They do just have game. Yeah. And this is what Masochist looks like. A lot of this screen. Oh yeah, if you wonder about the mates and accessories, I just use whatever is the newest thing that we've unlocked. The last one we unlocked was the dartboard, the last one we unlocked was the question profile. And as for the deck box, it's one of the rewards from your various lifetime missions in Master Duel. What do we get? This is certainly a hand. So, when in doubt, set and pass. We do have some things that kind of give us wins by surprise factor. This probably isn't one of them. But I did use Switcheroo on a Snake Eye player, and the footage, I think, from that stream might have been corrupted, but I did manage to steal... God damn, speak of the devil. Right. That's fine. Because I don't get to stop the effect anyway. This is very much going to be about what they do and do not have. Fire King Snake Eye. I think they make a full board and just go ham. So they're going to send the Fire King Island. There's no point, really. I think we do just lose this, but there's a chance that they reach a point later in the combo where they have exactly one monster on the field. And if they do, we give them a Silent Magician, hopefully stop their turn by giving them a monster they can't use. Worst comes to the worst, we do still have Abominable and Chained Soul, so we can special this guy. Then they use Ash. And this specials Dragon. I think it specials Dragon. It specials Oak. Yeah, the way I half managed to get them to think about what they were doing last time, I managed to actually basically switch control of... I can't remember what I had, but I took control of a Flamberge Dragon. That doesn't seem to be an option this time. Unless they link everything off here for Promethean Princess. Which they might. I don't think they will. But they might. And they've got a Link Rebo now. Face up monster, okay. Not quite. Masquerena. So, in theory, this is Princess. Ah, no. This could just be Appaloosa. Please be like a format Appaloosa. Please go over the top with it. No. That's Fire Princess. Alright. I think... from here we do just lose. They are never going to consolidate their cards into one singular monster again. And the Unchained monster is good, but not good enough to beat just a full Snake Eye board. As for why I wanted to stream this, felt like doing it. Well, it's not Chaos Max. hope you guys are having a good day anyway. Hope you're all having a good time, enjoying yourselves with whatever you're doing. First aid course was more interesting than I thought. Finished it yesterday. And, yeah, I learnt plenty of new things. We're not dead, but this could be painful. Wait. What's the exact wording on Mirror Jade? Oh, no. There's no way I'm able to trigger it. Okay. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good time. The first aid course was a little bit more interesting than I thought, simply because I've learned, you know, plenty of things that I just didn't know before, and apparently managed to teach Mum and Dad something as well. Wait, what? What did they just... They didn't use branded fusion. What's wrong? They just set branded in red? What are they doing? There's no way they messed up like that bad. See what this does. I mean, it does it. I'm going to normal summon an earth monster with less than 2000 attack. I'm not sure Branded is ready for that. I think we just kill this, because if they manage to loop the Aluba, that's going to be a lot worse for us. Because then they get more searches and do more things, although what they have done already isn't that much. I've been continuing to read the Kane Chronicles. I managed to finish the second book rather quickly, actually. Started it not that long ago, and this little first aid course has given me plenty of time to kind of just get on and do it. How does this fusion summon? By banishing the... Okay. That's fine. I can't chain to this because of Branded lost. So that's fine. We just... on resolution. Right? When a fusion... Okay, so we can't do on resolution either. And we're probably not going to be able to switcheroo anymore. Anyway, what was it? Continuing with the MCU, rewatched Homecoming the other day. Yeah, the other day. I think we watched it on Tuesday. And yeah, it's still, like, you know, films that are holding up, which is real nice. Banish one monster on the field also. This card cannot use this. Okay. It's fine. This is still fine. Banish a monster on the field. Go for it. I definitely need my one Horrok Gactos. And they don't have a copy of Branded Opening in the grave, so we just pop the Mirror Jade. Unless that is the counter trap. Sure. What monsters? And blocker time. Because it dies in the end phase anyway, this is pretty decent for us. Why do you... You confuse me. You're just recycling your materials. I still don't get why they didn't just protect the Mirror Jade then. Weird choices. We probably do just lose now. Because I don't think we can get them to condense down to one monster. We were hoping to even the card advantage by using that to summon a token, which would have given us an equal amount of monsters. That is, however, very funny. They can just repeat their turn again. Like, they can just get back Branded Fusion. I don't think they quite know what they're doing. Like, yes, they are beating me, but I still don't think they know what they're doing exactly. This card cannot use this effect next turn. So that copy can. He's just going to banish it. Is that the idea? Doesn't matter, we just attack into anything. Yep. That'll do it. But yeah, if he knew what he was doing, he wouldn't have chained Max C to a normal summon. Where was I? I probably wasn't talking for a period of time about anything that I was actually doing. Various things that I did learn on the first aid course were that apparently every dummy is called Annie. We all eventually, by the end of the course, got very frustrated with Annie falling over, choking, bleeding, and what have you. Does it have to target a face-up monster? No, it does not. Interesting. Set, and set. I know that looks a little weird, but it's how we're playing it. Players tend to play around columns, so granted these two are not the most useful. Oh, self-TK. Never mind, we just get a free win. At least I think we do. You can't pay the... yeah, even if he had another one of these, he couldn't pay the life points. But yeah, there goes. I think if he just attacks into my monster, that's all he's gonna do. Unless he has another card. No. Oh, okay. There have been advancements in the self-TK bot. He's going to reborn the Kozaki, and then it goes to die again. Well, a win is a win. There will be times when we can beat actual decks, but it just doesn't happen that often. We got 2 legacy packs from that. A nice thing about this challenge is it's very self-sustaining in the low ranks. You kind of get enough gems by doing your dailies or, you know, Ooh, that's a very good rank 5. I like that. You get enough gems by doing your dailies, ranking up every now and then. That's a high scale. I don't know if we have low scale. We'll save the... That's our second Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing is a good card. Lightsworn card, wait. No, it's a level 5, and we need to be... I mean, granted, we are going to be losing anyway, but we don't have any Gold Pride stuff. And we don't have an extensive flip deck yet. I'm still waiting for the day that we actually get a Royal Rare. I've opened plenty of packs. I'm not sure... No, I don't think we play this. It looks okay, but I don't think we play it. But what we do get to try out is... these ones. I have special tickets. I don't know if I do have a special ticket, but anyway, that is not a basic legacy pack. What do we got? Phantom Beast support. Power injector. Nope. Yep, that's literally unplayable. That's our second one of those. There are going to be a lot of cards that you know, you pull them, you look at them, and you realise that, man, this changes nothing. But I'm strangely enjoying this a lot more. Sorry for just bashing the microphone there. Enjoying this a lot more, this little kind of Masochist challenge, than playing Master Duel normally, with a constructed deck that I put time and effort into building. Because if I'm losing, yes, there's sometimes an element of misplays, but more often than not, it's just like, well, the opponent had a better deck. What are you going to do? In this case, they made me go first. So, battle stations. And if you're wondering what I'm playing around with the zones... Huh. So we still just win this. Just because it's Numeron, I think we are fine still. As long as I don't... Okay, that's half the puzzle. Do they also have a monster removal? No. Otherwise they would have used it. Which means what we can do is we can bounce 2 of those guys back to the hand, which returns them to the extra deck. Now, they had a 12-card extra deck, which means likely that they can go through this combo twice. You have to special summon, I think, Numeron Gates with different names. The only one that we don't want to leave on the field is the first Numeron Gate. So... well... no. We normally wouldn't leave it on the field, but this will save us more damage. We only take 2k. And then here's the thing, he can rank this up into... oh, but he's not even doing that. They just die. They get banished. Right. Now, he can just do this every turn. Sometimes the winning move is not to play. In the case against Numeron, that is the play. Your opponent might make a big towers-like monster with the leftover bodies, but that's about all they do. They could possibly burn us for game. But Network by itself is not as much... I mean, in Constructed is not as much of a threat. For me, it could be. What are you reborning? You're taking back the Penguin Soldier. Do you not have a second Numeron spell? You've got a 10 card extra. Maybe he doesn't. Well, maybe they don't. Alright. Might as well deck then. How constructed is your deck? Doesn't seem like it's that constructed. Because it goes to the bottom of the deck. This is where we put this here. And we're not going to activate the effect. We're going to go battle phase. We hit over this. Now what? You take battle damage, you special summon a token. Sure. And we keep the sour scheduling in hand simply because we might want this back in our hand. Doesn't matter about what they summon out. But if they use Numeron Calling from deck to summon those 4 bodies, then we want to bounce our own monsters so they have nothing to crash into in the battle phase. Or that happens. Wait. Oh, my opponent needs to control a card in the column. Okay, I chose my columns poorly. Right. And this is the bit. Sometimes you misplay. It happens. Now, as it is if he's just been really patient holding on to that network, or holding on to that second Numeron call, then we are definitely doom screwed. I should have summoned my Iron Chain Coil back into that zone. It is a problem. It is a problem. We lose. I think. The better way, let's see, at the end of the damage step, if this battled an opponent's monster, yeah, that's the problem. We can let them go towards battle phase. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay, they are playing a Numeron deck. They were just incredibly patient. Unless they just hard draw. I don't know. But anyway, we can do this. Which means they take 400, we take 600. No, okay, we live. Not by much, but we do live. That's funny. I'm going to have to take a look at this profile afterwards. This looks so weird. So yeah, we do barely live, but we live. Now what? Because now I think we lose. If I activate this, we definitely lose. Let's see. Until once that it can gain, but the token has no attack. I guess we summon this. If we're going to lose, we might as well lose. Do your worst, because you have to hit this thing twice. And we still don't know what the face down is. They've been holding on to that for an eon. Okay, they do have the God Slime. Well, if it's going to be the end of the game, my terms. It wasn't enough. I needed another spell. Oh well, we tried. This might be Numera, which Joe played as one of the first ladder climbs he did when Master Duel came out. But I don't think it is. I don't remember the deck too much, but I'm not sure Danger Bigfoot was in there. And I'm very confused about why he just didn't, you know, tribute summon it properly. Oh, I was stupid. I should have waited to try and cause a tie. I could have won this. This is how you know whether a player is good or bad. If they had just attacked with the God Slime, that would have been game, and they risked nothing. Well, I guess you get to see the animation. It does look cool. I wonder what the face down was. I'm not going to say either of us played spectacularly. I will claim being the better player. They aren't playing a constructed deck, they're just short of ultra rares, 2 cosmic. They are playing like 3 Lightning Storm as well. It's so strange. It's definitely not Joe's version of the deck. And I feel sad that I lost to it. Especially when we had a couple of opportunities to make our plays just a little bit better. And this is what you call a going first hand, because you see this boy. And they are playing DDD. If they do not mess up the combo and do not shame scoop, we lose. This is a deck against which Inspector Border means nothing going second. There are plenty of decks where Inspector Border means nothing going second. But DDD can end on links, fusions, Xyz, synchro, just about everything. I'm pretty sure if you cook hard enough, you could probably also end on a ritual monster. The connection seems stable. So yeah, I think we probably lose this, just by default. You come up against a constructed deck and that is going to happen. Pendulum summon... oh, you can't summon the other one, it's level 1. Send to the graveyard, add DDD from your graveyard or face up extra deck. Okay. And yeah, this is a completely constructed level deck. We don't need to sit around for the entire duration. On to the next duel. It sometimes takes a little bit of a time to rank up, but simultaneously it also doesn't take that much time, because if you're not winning, you can kind of just surrender most of the time. And it's fairly often to tell when you're just not winning. Fairly easy to tell most of the time when you're just not winning. Like him. He is just losing. Bad connection. Hasn't given me a chance to respond. Or not, okay. Another 43 card deck. And a 5 card extra. It could just be one of the starter decks with a couple cards. Could be their own Masochist account. Now, if you can guess what the play is, guys, there is no prize. There's, just, you know, pat yourself on the back. The play is to set, to set, to set. Now, with the amount of time this is taking, it could just be a bot. Bots are everywhere in the lower part of the ladder. You guys do anything interesting over the last few days? Get up to something goofy? It's just Chaos Max. Summon it in the center zone, it'll be funny. Please summon it in the center zone. It'll be hilarious. Come on. You know you want to. That center zone, just do it. No. And it's also not that Chaos Max. This still cannot be destroyed or targeted. Well, it's live now, but I don't think that matters. It can just be destroyed by battle. And we can... No, we can't Book of Moon it, but we can just destroy it by battle. And we don't take any battle damage. And, I mean, special summon this turn. We're going to need all our life points. That's the only reason. I don't know what the face down is. I've got no idea. But we can clear the Chaos Dragon. If that face down is nothing. Let's see. Also, okay, that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, there's no point summoning the token. And it's... Oh, wait, it doesn't target. And it's one other. We're in a better spot than I thought. I thought we were probably going to lose this off the first turn. It looks like we have a chance of possibly winning it. I'm hesitant to say. Blue Eyes is notoriously bricky, but also has some very powerful monsters. You don't have a card to discard. So what's the face down? You see, normally when people say Chaos Max, they mean the one that has 4,000 attack, not this thing. that will do. It is a monster. And we can put it here. Tactical purposes. The face down is nothing. It would have been used by now. If our opponent summons a card to this card's column, or has a card in this card's column, and we don't want them attacking the Silent Magician, we can just bounce it back. And then leave our big 3k to crash in. Resummon the boy back on 1k. Keep going. Even better, we could hit him for 3k right now. What do we got? It doesn't change up the damage, but it does mean that they don't have a monster on the field. So, we're going to normal summon. It doesn't matter which one, it puts them on the same kind of clock. And it doesn't put it in the graveyard until next turn, which means if it's the Stone of Ancients, we have saved ourselves a problem. Let's find out if we were right. Banish everything, summon as many blue eyes as possible? I can't even read it. Up to 3 from your deck. Do you have 3 blue eyes? That's 1. That's 1. So we win. It does not take much, apparently, when your opponent has probably a structure deck, and that's about it. This is the other way we sometimes get wins. People who have a worse deck than our own, while having the resources to get a better one. And the first actual win of the stream. We count the bot wins, but, you know, it's always more satisfying to win against an actual opponent, regardless of how bad the deck is. More legacy packs. And what do we get? Skip them. Well, these are not exactly the cards I would have thought about. And one free... well, we've earned this one, you know? Definitely. Got a shiny. We've got our second spiral mission. We keep doubling up on cards that we don't actually have targets for, or don't have anything to work with, like this thing. We might have some Photon or Galaxy cards, but not many. That's pretty good removal. We don't have a Blacklisted Soldier, we don't have Morphtronics, that's a Ritual. And that doesn't do anything for us. Right. Next duel. As soon as we can exit these menus. The highest rank we have got to so far is Gold 1. One win away from Platinum. The highest rank we could have got to by now is probably Plat 5. I'm not gonna kid myself and inflate my own chances. Now, there is a solid chance we're going to just get OTK'd. But I say, if they have it, they have it. If they don't have it, we have an inspector border. And that sometimes just wins by itself. This doesn't out Chaos Max. Neither of them. Okay, trains are also going to be a problem. Because that card does not use monster effects. But do they have to come in defense position? Okay, and they could make a link monster here and get themselves one effect. But that's it for the turn, even if they do that. It's just one effect. They're going for it. They get themselves one effect. Are they going to activate the on-summon? No. They have him... Oh, they are. That's it. That's their entire turn's worth of monster effects. I guess that's not a monster effect. We are in danger. That was a summoning condition. He's wondering why he can't use any more effects. Why game bug? Sure, that's fine. He can now use monster effects, but he has used his battle phase, so we live. Now, do you go balls to the wall combo here? I wouldn't have said so, but they might. There is also a chance they might just time out. We're not necessarily dead in this position. It'd be so much more handy if this had 26, but it is what it is. By battle or by card effect. We cannot beat Citadel. That is our issue. Nothing else. Just Citadel is enough. So we might as well just summon this out anyway. Normal summon this one. We can clear the Citadel with this, but that's it. That's the best we can do. And if they just chain the quick effect, we might not even do that. It's weird, my thing's hovering on top of the chain link. Now, his still dies, because that's how this works. But we are left on nothing, and they have probably full combo. Let's not invest more time than is needed. The secret to how I finish before the end of the month is play a few sessions and scoop before, you know, don't draw everything out. There are some things which you just can't win. It's a bit defeatist, and it has led to misplays like the Numeron duel we just had. But most of the time it's fairly solid. Like, there is not a single card in my deck that beats a full Snake Eyes board. So if your opponent's going for one, just understand. And leave. Good old Penguin Soldier. Nothing beats that. Light Sworn might beat Penguin Soldier. In fact, the little dragon they have as a pet, that might beat him. That thing must be special summoned from your hand. But they are planning on that. From your deck to your hand. Okay, in that case, that probably gets you Judgment Dragon. That it does. So close to being Blue Eyes stats. What are we summoning? We're summoning this thing. Yeah, we kind of don't want them to have a Synchro monster on the field. 2100 attack, sure, attack position. I can't remember if Curious is still legal in Master Duel. It is. Oh, that's funny. Oh no, they took the set monster. Why would you do that? Why would you take my Penguin Soul? Wait. Okay, they are activating the effect. Thanks for the trap monster back. I can now just put it in the appropriate column next turn. Which is that column. There's nothing protecting it, so... And we're not dead. So let's see what we draw. Because this is not a quick effect. He destroyed Magic Cylinder. What did I have again? Oh yeah. And he gets 2 of these? During the end phase though, so I don't know how much that... I mean, it's a rank 4. Or a link 2. That could matter a lot. Set and Spirit Reaper might just be good enough. You know, that also is probably just good enough. What? There's no restrictions on when that's activated, so... And we just do it now. destroy a card. Now, there is a chance that they play War, but I don't know what kind of a chance. Minerva. Minerva. Now, I don't know what any of these cards really do. I got this one. I have a copy of this, but I don't know what it does. And if they don't clear the field before the battle phase, there's still a chance we just win anyway. Not a great chance, but it exists. Oh, they destroy the Spirit Reaper. They're much more scared of my face downs. What did they just choose? Oh, this thing. Cannot be normal summon set. Yeah, okay. Must be. Curious. They're going through their deck at a rate of knots. But that is the game, so to speak. All they have to do is use the board wipe effect, and then they win. If they do not use the board wipe effect and enter battle phase, I have one more turn. Do you think they'll give me one more turn? You'll have to wait, I don't know, 5 minutes to find out. This is the original mill deck and do things. That's a lot of attack. They could time out at this rate. Surely they intend to use those bodies. They're not just going to enter battle phase and hope they, you know, win the coin toss enough, are they? I don't know what more they could mill. Whatever they want to mill, it should be in the graveyard already. Unless they just want to win the coin toss once in one shot. Oh, they don't know, do they? If I win this coin toss, I might actually be alright. Yeah, they don't know. They didn't read. But surely it's got to be once per turn, right? But hitting 3 heads in a row is just... it's impossible, right? No, okay, they're not going to bother. Now that is funny. Especially because if I just have, like... if I draw a Roma jar, I probably win. That's not a Roma jar. That's not even a monster. Well, let's scare him. He's got this in the bag anyway, but you know. They really are just clicking buttons for the sake of clicking buttons. I don't think they're going to run out the timer, but it's half a possibility. Because, they could have just attacked with the Judgment Dragon. Oh, well, that was a fun duel anyway. And that shows you another aspect of why we sometimes win duels. Reading. In that particular instance, no. But, it does happen. See what our opponent is up to. This is a hand. It exists. It is Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They are playing Branded. Or are they playing Sword Soul? What are we playing? This is a tuner. That is not. Are we synchro summoning? We just, well, we can't beat Runic anyway. I'd like to say we can. We just can't. We don't have enough spell trap removal. Or just enough removal in general. Even if we had all the spell trap removal in the world, we probably wouldn't be playing all of it. Because other decks exist besides Stun and Floodgates and Runic. Okay, we actually get into the place. What do you got? I have Marshmallow, potentially a Floodgate, and a Battle Trap. You have a 50 card main deck and a 15 card extra. And a case of wanting to surrender. Well, hope you're all having fun with this, chat. Dartboard's having a great time. As is Rescue Rabbit there. Yeah, I have a suspicion that this might be a free win. Not that this is a particularly great hand, or that, you know, we deserve it necessarily, but... I don't know what the highest rank someone has got doing a Masochist challenge is at the moment, but I think it might be Diamond. Which is impressive. One of the reasons we've been very consistently able to get to Gold 1 with one win away from Platinum is because you don't derank until you hit Platinum. After that, if you lose enough games in a row, you can. But below that, you just have to wait for the month to end, the new season to come in, and your rank will drop to rank 5 of the one below whatever you're in. Might be worth just like putting on some music in the background or something like that. I know this records like desktop audio. I don't know how it does for like maybe that's something to do. I don't know. Time limit. Connection failed. What was their magnificent deck that couldn't actually play anything? They had a constructed deck. That is a, like, maybe not optimal deck building. You're playing a lot of things at 2, including this and this. And this. And that at 1. Like, there's no reason to play Rota and Emergency Call. You just play 2 or 3 Emergency Call. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't deserve that win, but we have it anyway. And if you give me a moment, I need to check on my cats, so I'll be right back. And we're back. Right. So yeah, let's get all of these very, very hard-earned legacy packs open. And see what we pulled. This is not great. That is possibly as bad. That is worse. If we manage to get more of this card, it's fine. This is weird. I need to think about it. That's something for that Tribal Gate deck that we're definitely building, obviously. We don't have enough waters. And this is interesting. Granted, we have some cards where we want to inflict damage to them as well, but this is Destruction Protection as a negation. And it's a 2400 tribute summon. It's not great, but it's not the worst card. Not by a long shot. Let's see what we got. That isn't... Oh, that's good, though. Yugioh's nice. Sure, we're probably not using that for some time. Speaking of Earthbounds... That's really interesting. It's not something we can make use of. The Earthbound Immortals require a field spell on the field, and while we have an Earthbound Immortal, we don't have a field spell worth playing. Nor do we realistically have enough of the archetypal cards that we keep seeing. Although that is just a bigger man-eater bug. We might genuinely have to consider that. Yugioh probably gets a spot in the deck. Just straight up. While we're here, let's just receive these in anyway. Because it's some extra gems. We're back at 6,000. Receive all of these. Some more gems. And would you look at that, we've not spent anything today, really. We've spent a little bit, but not much. We've got... Yeah, we've actually got 3 wins, so we've just about gone neutral. Right, is there anything that we don't need in our deck? This is feeling less and less useful as time goes on. I do like the rest of the monster card lineup. We have enough tribute summons that they're not too many. This is a normal summon, so this doesn't count. That's a special summon. That is a special summon. That's a special summon. This is a special summon. This is the only real tribute summon. You can still tribute summon like these other guys, but it's just... This is the only one we want to, like, actually tribute summon. Everything else is optional. Now this is a fiend. I think it's probably time to get rid of Silent Magician level 4. And if we do just type in Earthbound... Oh, we have a couple more cards than I realised. But I don't think we really have any field spells. Let me just confirm that. At least none worth using. Oh wait, no, we have one that's worth using and we're playing it. What else do we have? We have Spiral Resort, but I don't think we have any spirals. It's a good field spell, but we don't have any kaijus? I don't think we do anyway. We don't... No, we do have some 6 Sam stuff. Let's use this as a little time. Yeah, we have a couple 6 Samurai cards. Not enough, really. Place 1 counter. That's a Floodgate. Yeah, these do not really help out enough. What else was I looking for? Kaijus? We have exactly Waterfront. Doesn't do very well to, you know, try and terrify them. What else are we thinking? I've picked up a non-zero amount of... Let's see. Yeah, we've got a couple spells. Third's Guidance. We don't have Third's Guidance, but can we just play this? For the rest of the turn, we could infinitely brick our opponent until they get to like 3 playables. The attack boost hasn't been coming up. Let's try this. What else are we looking at? Let's just save those changes. Like, just to prove a point, we don't have enough soup heavies. Let's see, what else are we maybe picking up? We have the Gold Pride Link monster, and it requires 2 Gold Pride monsters. We have 1. What do we have in terms of hero? We have a good few hero cards, actually. But nothing that's really worth it. If we could summon these, that would be good. But we can't, so... And we don't have Polymerization. We have to pull Polymerization or Fusion spells. Right. I think we're not really missing anything at the moment. So we'll call that the change, and we'll keep it going. I did say I'd maybe stick on some music, but at the moment I've still got the Master Duel sounds on. So, let's see how this goes. Do you have a response to Inspector Border Pass? Snake Eye. No, Centurion. You do have a response. We lose the game. Or at the very least we probably do. Apologies if you can hear me eating. I know it probably doesn't matter. But it is a card they like to have on the field. And it's a lot better to try and prevent Centurion from getting started than to try and stop them when they've made a boss monster. I can't remember if it is still legal, but Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity was the frequent boss monster for the deck, which does just read end your opponent's turn. I think we lose this duel. Yep. Next duel. Forgot to adjust the sound settings again. We'll do it after this one. Because we'll win this one. No extra deck. 44 cards. Interesting. I have no idea what could be going on. So, it's better to have face downs. So we'll set 1, set 2, set 3, and then we'll activate this. Let's take a look. We'll give them max C. And then we'll have to put it like that. Because we are not special summoning. Not sure if they've gathered the memo. I have a high suspicion that this deck is stun. Or possibly burn. Maybe just old Yugioh. Who knows? They don't know what they're doing. This is a new player to the game. Right. I'm going to have to keep them off of playables, so I am going to have to keep activating Goddess Scold's Oracle. But that's another option, isn't it? What do you have? That's fine. Spirit Reaper. Now we do it. Look at it. We give them Ash Blossom. For that monster does not scare me. They discard a card. And as such, we are keeping them off of anything that's going to be useful. That's completely fine. Because we now know what their next draw is going to be. Ash Blossom has no attack. This card does nothing. This card does nothing. They're not even going to set the Ash Blossom. So we set this, declare this, and we've functionally won the game. Yep, we give them that one. And that gets rid of, wow, would you have guessed it, an Ash Blossom. Now I know this is confirmation bias. Goddess Scold's Oracle has worked once, but it has worked. And we know what that is, so we don't have to be scared. They're not keeping it in hand, which is good for us. I believe we just have it here, because that is 42. No, we're a little bit off. Oh, and we just activated a spell card. So yeah, we definitely don't have this now, but any extra damage is welcome. Could we have done it? No. But what we can do is give them mage power, because it would be funny. What good is Mage Power when you're equipping it to your opponent's monster? You get to get rid of the Spirit Reaper, that's about as good as you get. Easy win. And yeah, this is someone who is probably a fan of the anime and, you know, all the best cards they know. There are some good choices here, like, you know, the Maxi and the Ash Blossom. The 2 Raigeki isn't bad, the Duster, the Monster Reborn. Magic Cylinder isn't even like a terrible card, it's just... the deck is not reliable enough. So, let's grab ourselves 1 bonus pack. What do we get? Anything special? No. Anything? No. We tried. Sorry, I need the other shot before I go and change my volume settings and sounds for the game. Could it be something shiny? Maybe, who knows, but probably not. Not so rare. That's... This is borderline playable. It's just 3k battle damage. Well, it's an amount of battle damage. That's our 3rd Test Tiger. That's our 2nd Medusa. That's a plant card, that's a Koaki Miru card, and that's a Fluffle card. This is the closest we have to playable. And I don't think it's good enough to warrant a slot in the deck at the moment. Right, now, before I forget again, background music. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to turn that a bit lower. And I don't know whether you guys will be able to hear it. I can't really tune into my own... well, I can, but I get a feedback loop. So let's just go... I have a notification. Ah, right. Where am I looking at? I'm looking at my playlists. The music. And where's the shuffle? Now let's turn that down a little bit, because I imagine it will still be a little bit loud regardless of whether you can or cannot hear it. Right. Gonna turn off my microphone for a second while... Don't turn off microphone midway through speaking. Well, I try some settings, so I'm going to just turn off the mic, see what... Okay, that seemed to work. Right. Okay, that seemed to work. Right. Okay, that seemed to work. Right. And stop the feedback loop. Enjoy some different music for Master Duel. If it's a little bit too loud, I won't really have any way of knowing. None of the cards made a difference, so let's get back into it. intense Master Duel music. They might be playing a World Legacy deck. And if you happen to recognize this, or if you don't, I should say, this is one of the anime openings of Overlord, specifically the second season. Ah. Right, we have a problem. Ah, damn ads. Let's skip the ad and then get back to this. Some quality music. Yeah, that's probably fine. Don't really have any monster effects to activate. The only problem... Actually, no. Okay, I should have tributed off the Samsara Lotus. On the other hand, I can shuffle everything back into the deck, which is funny. What is the win con against Yugioh? Against bad Yugioh players, it was actually just draw Inspector Border, because a startling amount of Yugioh players in this rank don't seem to realise that, like, a Yugioh monster plus any other Fiend monster is enough to deal with Inspector Border. This can't be destroyed by battle. So you just pop that in defense, and then that's it. Yeah, we'll just leave you to go. The thing is, if I make a card leave the field by card effect, they get to trigger Nightmare Throne. Whether that matters or not, entirely different. This card is special summon, this card is banish this card, special summon the Fiend. So they intend to put this in the graveyard anyway, by destroying it, I believe, with that. And then that just wants to be sent to the graveyard, not necessarily destroyed. What was the text on it again? Target a Fiend. Which most of their deck is Fiends, can you believe it? Do you summon? And if you do, you know what? As good a time as any, right? Give me a level 10 token. The true struggle of just having to fight Yugioh. Yep, that's fine. You get that one back if you want. And they did the stupid, they cleared the 0/0 token. So the token prevents me from summoning except for Vendreads. And during the end phase, die. Mandatory effect. So I expect they're going to try and clear it. Wow, they are. Look at that, you need a special summon monster your opponent controls? That's funny. Don't know what the face down is though, that could be scary. To be fair, that might just be infinite impermanence. Not in a particularly good spot, but it's not terrible. It's only a 200 defense monster. It would be really handy if this was the other one right now. Oh, I can't summon. Yeah, we might be in a bad way. I want them to clear this, I guess. Either that or attack into it for however many turns. Well, they're going to target a dark monster in their hand, I guess. But just in case it's the field, let's make everything divine for funnies. Although I guess the actual play is to make everything the water. I keep forgetting I have Marincess monsters I can summon from the extra deck. How much do they have to spin their wheels to beat me? Probably not a huge amount, but I'm here for the ride. Now, in theory, they exceeds for 10. This duel has been going on some time. You guys will have to let me know if you do enjoy or if you don't enjoy the musical backing to this. Why don't you just take these for 10? Direct attack. dear, I'm looking to take 600 damage per turn. Let's see, do you need a special summon monster? No, just target. Which is funny because they can make that and then just destroy the Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper does not like to be targeted by anything. The thing is, if I had set this, I would actually be dead already. They are non-targeting spinning, then... No, it does target. They're spinning the back row. Don't care about Spirit Reaper. Well damn, now I have another chance to draw a complete brick. Yugioh is not destroying anything I have by battle. You can only activate one of those. Thanks for activating both of them, I guess.
Alf cinched it.
Just have a merry old time while they try and figure out how to beat Spirit Reaper. Did they figure it out? During the end phase, target a card on the field, destroy it, they figured it out. Oh no, it's just called Imperm. But now they've negated its effects, so it can be destroyed by battle. Which is funny, and it also doesn't die from being targeted. They're trying to really maximize that damage output. No, they're all dark monsters again. My careful plan. If that too is Imperm, well, no, it probably isn't actually. I can use the log. Oh no, it actually might be. Just dumping all the bells. That really plays around the bells quite, or around Metaion quite handily. Why would they do something like that? That's mean. End the battle phase. Shuffle. Damn, would you look at that? I completely forgot that that existed, but, you know. You can target a card on the field and destroy it. But it might not be destructible. It'd be very funny if they attacked it in their own turn. I think I've sat here long enough. It was fun. But they keep summoning the, effect change one. Which even if it stuck around another turn then, which it wouldn't. This doggo looks familiar. I do not like the amount of accessories they have. And the kind of accessories. I do, however, very much like my starting hand. We're gonna set. We're gonna set. And we're gonna summon the floodgate. Your move. And more adverts.
Adams is quarterbacking this project, and
Effects. Reading comprehension is important, and there will be times when I fail the test.
Well, life on the farm's kind of laid back, ain't much an old country boy like me can't have. It's early to rise, early in the side, Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family.
Okay, they've got a second monster effect. If they can work out how to use one. Because they got one card in hand and there are no on-field effects to activate. SP requires I do something, this requires I do something, this needs to be in the graveyard. And they've just put the targets back. This was not special summons, so the Unchained Abomination or the Unchained Soul in the Exchequer is not going to do anything. I really am kind of interested to see where they go from this point. Because in theory, they've kind of screwed themselves. They still have kind of screwed themselves. They're going to go to battle phase. And they're going to lose the few monsters they do have. Although, I've just realised a thing. That is an activated effect. Hey. But yeah, if they haven't already used this, Yugioh is is indestructible, basically. At least not by battle, anyway. They're not going to get the search. They could... There's no reason to just now. They're not getting the search anyway. Sure, no one takes any battle damage. That's a passive effect. That's a continuously applied effect. Let's see. We do this now. You've used your monster effect this turn. And that's the game. They don't have anything else they can do. They have one card in hand. They have 0 monster effects due to how they've left the graveyard. And they are a couple of hits from death. This is on activation, this is on activation, it can discard to reborn anything, but they still don't have a monster effect. So they're just hoping the blocker does it. Which it might actually do, but I'm trying to work that out right now. Yeah, the blocker might just do it. What can we do? What can we do? We don't have any monster effects. We don't want to put any... Yeah, that's not going to do anything. It would out it, but... that doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. The thing is, it can't be destroyed by battle, and they take no battle damage. So we may have screwed ourselves. On the other hand, we have a Time Lord, which likewise will just not do anything. if we put the Time Lord on the field while Inspector Border is up, the Time Lord just never returns because it's an activated effect. It's a continuous effect that I take no battle damage, so we get into a staring contest until they out-Inspector Border. They have more starters than I do, that's one of them. But they do take 200 damage for that. They still have no monster effects they can activate. They might try. Because this card must be special summoned from the extra deck, otherwise they'd be able to reborn this from the graveyard with opening the Spirit Gates. It's a bit of a grind, but I don't see how they get out of it. And I can activate this because that's not an activated effect for some reason. So yeah, okay, they can... They could have done that before, right? I don't know. This was special summoned. But I don't know if they need an Unchained monster for the link. Ah, they do not for this link. Congratulations, you got an Unchained monster. There's your monster effect. Now on the other hand, they will just crash with the Inspector Border, if they've got any smarts to them. They have some smarts. They can now play the game. Which means we've probably lost. Unless we can somehow burn them enough with Trickstar Candina. Or summon Metai on the Time Lord and use that. I'll take 200. We need to return like a full field for this, and if they have a full field, they probably have a negate on the field. Immediately after it resolves. So yeah, it doesn't do the continuous effects, or no, it doesn't do the on-field effects of continuous and field spells, or continuous traps. But every time one is placed face up to, like, activate it, like a normal spell or a ritual spell, or the first time when you put this face up on the field. It'd be very interesting if Metion actually sealed the game. I don't think it would. was a bot, self-TK bot.
The only cost-effective enterprise commerce
If you would, there we go. Well, so yeah, we set this, we activate this, take a look at what they're on. This is bad. I mean, we can give them a Blaze Accelerator. Let's find out what they do. Sure. We'll actually get an Upstart Goblin. Oh, we will. I think we do just get FTK'd though. The thing is, Volcanics don't really enter the battle phase. If they do go into the battle phase, we get a neat little 1000 life. And yeah, they already had combo in hand, so I guess it didn't matter what I gave them. Thousand attack token. And now... yeah, we're pretty close to dead. There was a part of the Snake Eye ladder climb where Joe messed around with, I think, Volcanic Snake Eye build. Either that or he did just climb with Volcanics, I can't remember. And they're playing Salamangrates in this. Maybe that's optimal. Maybe it's a way to supplement your Salamangrates, I don't know. This is funny. What are you going to destroy? The face down? No. Not my face down. Yeah, we do need to destroy a card on the field. We'll discard this one. Let's see. That's a draw. That's a special summon. I think we just destroy this one. No. No, I think we need to do that one. We get extra draws from them drawing anyway, and we're much more scared of them just sending Scattershot to the graveyard using this. Interesting. Yeah, sure. You got it. You bait it out. That's kind of funny. Sure. Take 1,000. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, banish Pyro. And let's skip that. Right. Feather Duster. Well, you know, sometimes that just happens. I think that is just optimal. Let's see. Can we put you in the graveyard somehow? Wait, why can't I... There's a reason... Oh, I activated that, right. That's fine. And this is still treated as a trap, but we get to... We're going to kill that anyway. So yeah, this is fine. This is a permanent game. It's kind of crazy. Right. Main phase 2. We're not going to set anything. That's fine. I don't like it, but they've got Feather Duster. You know what, yeah. Let's just put it here. They can still Feather Duster, but we clear the small token without destroying it, and we get to bounce this back to hand. And we apparently get to stop this effect as well, for free. Now they have to reset it, which means they don't get any value out of it this turn. Yeah, that's completely fine. No thank you. Right. How do I moderate my own chat? What's the ban? We got another token! Yep, ban. I don't mind people advertising in my chat in the way of, you know, I have art do you want to see kind of thing, sort of like actually having an input, but when people are advertising, hey, you can buy viewers, that's, I don't know, it doesn't sit right. Oh no, you destroyed him. Anyway, in end phase. Did it have to discard? No. Yeah, we're getting kinda close to death. We can get out Regulus. What else can we do? For each banished Pyro? Oh, that's not nearly enough. What does that do? It is boss fight time, you know. We're very close to death. Can they attack with this still? No, they can attack with this one, and then we take another 500. Oh, they've actually allowed us to put Regulus on the field. That's kind of funny. Alright, so that's going to be the Tri-Blaze Accelerator, because they didn't get rid of it. We can special summon this again. Right, when summoned this way, each time, when the opponent activates a monster effect in the field, bounce fire a monster from the graveyard, then during your opponent's end phase, you can target someone involving your deck in any order. We need to check the other face down, the burn one, technically. And if this is special summoned, target, destroy one card on the field. We shouldn't have actually summoned this back, because now we've lost access to the Time Lord. And we are very close to kill range. During the main phase, yeah, we're not gonna negate that. That's dumb. As it is, we're probably pretty dead simply because that other face down they have. I just need to check its wording again. It's not that one. Must be special summoned. Okay, so it's only got that summon condition, they can't bring this back. Let's see, what can we do? Let's see. We can normal summon this, we can shuffle everything back into the deck, but they just kind of set it up again. So I think we are completely done. Don't you love ads? This is just a normal trap. No. I'm dead anyway, so let's just, you know. It's not like Regulus was doing anything for me. Yeah, that's gonna be it. And that's the end of the game. It feels like it's so close, but just not, you know, not quite there, of course. That's the real suffering of this. Oh, we get to choose. I was not prepared. I was reaching over to grab a drink. Wow, this is a hand. Beat Marshmallow. Bet you won't. There's no way anyone could beat Marshmallow. That's a card that Yugioh used. Well, if it's Rota, then it's not meta. Although, that sure ain't half bad. You know, there are some duels you don't win. So you just jump into the next one. Now this has been, of course, a super productive stream, but I've actually been recording, like, all of these that I do, so... Yep, this is just the general kind of tone. I wish ye brick. Okay, that's, we give you Dark Magician. And we just, you know, don't give you Eternal Soul, that's all there is to it. Dark Magician should be one of the easier decks to brick your opponent. We've already done it once earlier. That's a Floodgate. Kind of. Ah, but that's less good for us. Doesn't matter if we can't. There is an option. It's not a brilliant option, but there is a play we can do. It does require we get a monster... Well, we can get this on the field. And then it returns to the hand anyway. Placing Illusion. How much are they? They've got some nice card advantage there, don't they? I guess this is the other extent. And now they've got that. Which makes it a lot harder for this Oracle to do anything.
Adobe is a game changer when it comes to solving great problems. Let me show you how.
And skip. Okay, that's fine. They put less bodies on the field at the moment, that's... sure. Oh wait, we're just OTK'd, aren't we? Wow. See, that's the true miserable thing. We didn't have it in the bag, but we definitely had plays, which sucks. I think it would have been better to actually let them go first. But we don't have any way of knowing that. We're playing such a substantial trap count that first is just optimal. Our spell lineup is not good enough to blind second, nor is our monster lineup. That's a very strange choice. We can put 1, we can put 2. Let's just summon this. Pass turn. They summon Chaos Max, we take the Chaos Max. They do anything else, we figure it out as we go along. We figure it out as we go along. What, just Duster? No. Duster, Envoy of Chaos. Alright. It's a trap, but we kinda gotta do it. Let's just give him some attack, because there's no way... That's fine, you still take the damage, and that's all you're waiting for. It's another anime fan, give you that. It's definitely not going to be a masochist count. Sure. So have they just got multiple of the Yugioh structure deck? Very tempted to just let my one monster die. Yeah, you can fuse with that. I don't know what you make, but you can fuse with it. Is it the level 5? It is the level 5, which then returns your Spiral Fusion. But you're not fusion summoning anything different. I know I could end the battle phase, but I think I just want to bring my monster out.
And welcome back to this US Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head.
I do think they actually have the advantage because they just have some removal. I'd imagine that's what's... one of those has to be removable, but maybe I'm wrong. And this is the little Gen X thing that we can do. It's we normal summon that, we make this, we add the Gen X back to hand, normal summon again, and what this means is it's 3000 attack on the field, and a search for the, what's its face, the Iron Chain level 3 tuner we have. Assuming it survives until the end phase. But that's why we summoned this boy last turn. He can only be summoned once per turn. They've got Spiral Fusion, but they need to draw into a Gaia monster. And they do not have a Gaia monster. And they shouldn't have a defense position, honest. Yep. Right, if they activate Spiral Fusion, at the very least we chip them for 200. Doesn't do anything meaningful, but it's there. Right. Now we are quite close to game, but... Actually, you know, that will do it. That is enough. There's no point being greedy and trying to attack him with the low monster. It's the same sort of clock anyway, 2 turns, so... You make sure you clear it. If they use the Griffin Feather Duster, all they're doing is destroying the Corbi and the Spiral Fusion, because they don't seem like the kind of player who would keep that in hand for some reason. Yeah, one of those is Spiral Fusion then. Alright. It's a win. It's not the best deck, but it's a win. At the very least it's earned. And maybe we get a nice card? That doesn't do it. We can't use that. That's our second. Not a royal, but a very good synchro. Because that is generic. Skip. Yeah, we can't use that. We can't use that. No, we really can't. Well, we got a synchro monster. Still waiting on a royal. We haven't even got one. Alright, let's go to the deck. Let's have a look at it. Because there is a problem in the fact that I think we have a level 6 monster, not level 5s. So a level 8 synchro is a little awkward to make. The best we've got is these 3 monsters exactly. Because that's... Oh wait, no, this is a 5? No, okay, in that case we have to put it in. We don't have 7s. There we go. Oh yeah, while we're here and taking a look at things. Yeah, not enough Glad Beasts. And we have Karakuri. Some. It's cards, it's stuff for the machine deck, but it's not enough. Did I actually save that change? I did. It's still... I haven't changed it to V2 point something yet because in essence it's still the same kind of thing that we were actually playing on day 1 just about. Like, this is from day 1, this is from day 1, this. This isn't too far in either. That one's day 1. That's day 1, that's day 1. That's day 1. That one's semi-recent, actually. We can't use one of them, because I think one of those is structure deck of some kind. Oh wait, no, we've got two. I guess I just don't value it that much. That one, we also got pretty early on, I think. Yeah, right down there. Like, in essence, a lot of these cards are, you know, are just mainstays, and it's good stuff. So yeah, that's why it's not a version 2 deck yet. Like, I guess we can add, like, the Karakuri we just pulled into this. We've got that one, and where's the other one? Just there. Our machine pool is not amazing, but it is an actual pool of cards.
Darlings. Futuristic scooters, old school website. Relax.
Yeah, let's go on. That's not bad though. That's fine, but can we make it in machine? I don't think we can. That's fine. And speaking of, we can't make it this, right? That's the only 5 we're running. That's a 6, yeah. Alright. Let's keep it going. For just a couple minutes longer. Because we've been live nearly 3 hours, and we've won, like, 5 duels. I don't think we can beat Vanquish Soul. Yeah, no, they do like quick fit tag outs. I'd like to say we can. But we can't. I've realised the music is probably like a little louder than I'm speaking. Let's try that. Ooh dear. Is this a full Trickstar deck? Yes it is. We are just dead. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. We can pop the spell traps that are face up anyway. But we are just going to die in a couple turns.
What do you get when you combine
Wow, would you look at that? Burn. I can clear this just about. Oh no, it's just until the end of the turn. Each time this card is added, that's just... Okay, yeah. That card in hand can't be too much, so we should be okay to clear this. What do? We probably just summon Candina. No, we summon Ballblader so that it's actually on the field. Yeah, because then we can just threaten Ballblader. We put that down there. We use Ballblader to clear. And then anytime they want to clear the Ballblader, if it's by battle, they have to. Of course. Of course. That's just how it goes, you know? Why wouldn't they have that as the last card in hand, you know? It's not even like this is too powerful a board, it's just annoying. They're not gonna kill it. And they haven't normal summoned. Doesn't matter, it's a quick effect anyway. I know it's dislike the cards and not the players and that, but I really hate Burn. In the way that, like, Trickstars do it. I guess it's more accurate to say I hate Trickstars then. This might just be enough to do it. Maybe. Summon. That's not a card you voluntarily run. This might be a Masochist account. Or a bot. That is another option. Because they had summons. Well, we get a win for the last duel of the night. That's kind of what I was hoping for, but not for any particular reason. It's just we ran into a bot. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching the stream, watching the VOD or something anyway. Well, very monumental win, you know? As they all are. Six wins. Only took us about a half hour for each win. But that does mean we get some extra cards. So just before we wrap up, let's actually use those. Legacy pack. Ooh. We get a speckle. No, we don't. Alright, this is indeed a card. Huh. It's a very telegraphed miracle of light, but it is a miracle of light. It's also a negate. Why? Alright, sure. We might find a space for that in a future deck. That's a lot better than I thought it was. That's very... Feels like a card that doesn't exist. Can we maybe pretty please? Just one more oil rare, you know? Evil. Convoluted MST. That has a secret pack, but... That's a permanent increase. It is a level 4 tuner monster. With 2100 defense. That might be enough. Magic Key World? Nope. Alien Skull. And a Lunar Light. What's unknown? And, yeah, no, I know Royal Rares are only like 1% or so, but it really is just... Other people have got Royal Rares and less. Oh well. Let's... Nope, not that one. Our actual deck. This thing. Because that makes it a lot easier to make this, which is just straight up removal. It requires a level 4, which could include this one. I know we get extra deck, or we get Cyburst locked, but that's still, you know, 2 cards to synchro summon. If he doesn't die, of course. This is also a fairy, so it does work with Skuld's Oracle. Last change of the night. Last duel has been had. Hope you all enjoyed this obviously mega interesting stream. My name has been Cat Monarch. Look forward to catching you all next time. Bye for now.